MJF possibly leaning towards not re-signing with AEW. Honestly, this just sounds unbelievable, and we're going to talk about that in a second. But also, you guys can look forward to some great MLW news here, as well as AEW and Impact's working relationship. Man, we got to kick things off with MJF. So Fightful Select dropped this report today. Absolutely incredible just to think that this is even something being talked about. MJF remains frustrated with his contract situation and is leaning towards not re-signing with AEW as things stand. Now, obviously, things can change. He's obviously got time on his contract. I think this would be the biggest mistake in AEW's company's history if, for some reason, MJF is not re-signed to this company. And, of course, I think MJF is somebody who's always in character, so it's a very, very intriguing scenario here. But just to even see a report like this come out, and obviously everybody knows Sean Ross Sapp and Fightful Select have dropped incredibly accurate stories. So, take that with what you will. Holy shit. Like, if MJF goes to WWE, that would be a game changer. No, I don't believe one wrestler leaving AEW will ever impact the company. But I think from a standpoint of signing wrestlers and not being able to re-sign wrestlers, I think it will make a lot of people rethink their decisions to join AEW. And that's where the issue could be. But MJF, what is the issue here? You know what I mean? Is this for real? It's like so hard to grasp. But the idea that MJF could very well not re-sign with AEW is interesting. And not only is it interesting, but it says a lot about AEW. And this is not something I want to see. Truth be told, look, from the standpoint of fantasy booking and everything like that, it would be incredible to see MJF in all of these other companies. I had been watching MJF in MLW, seeing him go to AEW. He fits that show. The show is perfect for MJF. AEW should be MJF's show. If MJF and Wardlow are not the John Cena and Randy Orton or the John Cena and Edge to AEW, I just can't understand what the hell would be happening with this company. It's so strange that this is even a report. But there's a lot of things that we don't know about, and there's a lot of things that I'm sure throughout the time goes, as time goes by or whatever, we'll see things get revealed. But this is something to very well closely pay attention to. And here's why. Cody Rhodes is the perfect example. Nobody truly believed that Cody Rhodes would ever had not been under contract with AEW. And when Sean put out that report, the internet went crazy. And then Cody Rhodes put out that backstage promo saying, it's true, Sean Ross's report, yeah, I'm not under contract. And I seen comments every single day on my videos telling me it's a lie, it's a work, it's this, it's that. Listen, you could sit here and question everything. You could, sure, whatever. I'm one of those guys, I want to see it play out. I want to see what news comes out next. I want to see what stories develop. And whatever MJF does, a lot of people think he's going to fail in WWE because they think WWE would fail him. And if I was in MJF's shoes, I would try to prove absolutely everybody wrong. But at the end of the day, what makes MJF incredibly special is not only is he incredibly talented at what he does, he's good in the ring, he's solid on the mic. You can censor him a little bit, you can make him go PG, and I still think he's that freaking good where he's going to cut amazing promos. But I just feel like he fits AEW, and, it's just, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. My analysis is simple. Hold off on all opinions until something actually develops here. But speechless. Guys, I want to talk about MLW. Court Baur talks about a potential MLW streaming service or television deal. He was asked about this with Fightful this week, and he spoke about the potential of it. He said he can't really talk about it because he'll get in trouble, but he'll say that obviously because of the big setbacks with COVID, and there's just been so much stuff happening with MLW recently. But it looks like this could very well be a thing that's on the works. Now, here's the thing. When it comes to Court Baur, MLW, and everything about their product, my simple conversation, that I've had with other wrestling friends and stuff is that MLW is a good product, but it needs to have visibility. That's the conversation I have with my friends when it comes to wrestling and MLW. It's a good product. It needs to be visible. And there's a lot of places where MLW is at. And, look, it's all about streaming. It's all about having your content viewed everywhere. In order for MLW to really take it to the next level, I think they need to have some sort of streaming deal. Doesn't have to be big. And you know what's really interesting to me, and I feel like AEW, if they really wanted to, they could just collectively come up with some sort of business agreement with all these other companies and just create their own service for pro wrestling. Just a pro wrestling streaming app led by AEW, MLW, Impact, all of these different things. I think it's going to be really hard to get a whole bunch of wrestling executives in the room to decide on that. But that would probably be what's best for pro wrestling in general. Just having one big subsidized wrestling streaming app. MLW, their TV deals. There's so many ways to watch MLW. I know it confuses people and whatnot, but it is what it is. Guys, let's talk about Frankie Kazarian. I love this story. The AEW and Impact, the wrestling relationship that they have, it's kind of been up and down. Sometimes they do talent share, sometimes they don't. We saw Big Cass, W. Morrissey on AEW. Well, now Impact has announced, that Frankie Kazarian is headed to Impact. He's going to be at their tapings in Florida. This is really exciting news. I'm actually really excited about this, largely due to the fact that Frankie Kazarian used to be in Impact, so it's a very fitting place for him. I like Kazarian a lot. AEW is in a tough spot with him. The Elite Hunter has kind of gone back and forth on TV, taken off TV, not really in a prominent situation. AEW took him away from SCU. It is what it is. I think now they're starting to build a story between him and Scorpio Sky. But listen, if you're not going to use them, you have this working relationship, let them go other places. I think it's a great idea for AEW to do this. I think it's a huge win for Impact. Let's continue building that relationship because that relationship between both companies is beneficial for both companies, and obviously fans like it. I'm a huge fan of Frankie Kazarian, and honestly, I think Impact too, what they've done so special lately is that they're not signing all of these freaking huge names. What they're doing is they're bringing in people that just make sense for their television product, and when you watch it, you enjoy it. At least that's what I think, and that's what most of you guys think, and that's what the people in Discord think. So hey, keep creating a product that works. Get people's input on it. You don't have to sign all of these huge free agents. What you need to do is make some notable signings and just put your best foot forward with creative and storytelling. And honestly, between everything we talked about today, MJF, MLW, and Impact, this is the best I feel like wrestling has ever been. Wrestling right now is exciting. It's enjoyable. A lot of crazy stories. A lot of things I wouldn't have ever guessed in a million years would be happening. I never thought Cody would have left AEW. I sure as hell still don't know if I believe MJF will leave AEW, but the idea that there's so much to this, is it a work? Is it not? Look, you guys will go off in the comments like you always do, but my opinion is this. Enjoy it. Enjoy it because wrestling is hot fire right now. This is literally good stuff, and it doesn't really matter what happens next. I just know for a fact that whatever does happen next, we'll probably all enjoy it together. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below, and I'll see you next time.